Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
All right, welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I say is brought to you by Dispose LLC. This is a great company doing great things, and only thing I can tell you, I got some future things I want to tell you that's going to blow your mind. But meanwhile, go ahead and find out what we can do for you at Dispose, because that part won't be necessarily the same, but I don't want to tell it just yet. I want to keep you intrigued and find out more of what I'm doing, because we got so many special things coming. But Dispose is still going to be the great things that taking the trash away from you. That part won't change, but the name might. That's a hint. That's all I'm saying. It's a hint. Woo. And I can tell you more because I'll still be a part of it. So again, just check it out at the website at Dispose LLC.
Okay.
Wish I could tell you more about it, but no. I'm getting back to the person been rocking with me for almost 16 years. That right? 16, not, you know, people
16.
be lying. Yeah, you know, they 20s, they 10s, they 10. I keep them clean.
Yeah.
That man is Craftmatic. How you doing tonight, Big Babe?
Doing lovely, Jay. Everything's great, man.
Man, I see that smile, bro.
Everything's lovely, man.
And I got this person next to you, man. Like he want to come in with a smile. Right?
Yeah.
How somebody gonna come in and copy it off you, bro?
This is my type boy, Sean. What's happening, Sean?
That big old cheesy smile.
That's what I'm talking about. The hell y'all so damn happy. This is a depression, pandemic.
You the only one fighting it, man.
That's right, you right, I am.
And listen, you done had more come up than all of us in the last
Let me tell you
minute,
something.
know what I mean?
Let me tell you something.
Look at that bling.
Don't ever let somebody
Look at that watch.
pull you down when you going up. Remember, your surroundings help you. I cut off some things, and I gained a lot more things.
Yes.
I didn't know how much heavy weights sink ships.
Yeah.
I thought it was the hole in the ship. I'm shoveling water out. It's all that weight. I have all this damn dead weight.
All that weight.
And I'm just wondering why it keep going down.
Yeah.
I have to cut some weight,
Yes.
repair some holes to realize how I have to make it to shore. And I ain't even a fisherman,
Preach on, bro.
but I know how to move.
Preach on.
There
The
you
only
go.
thing I can say, don't change it. That's all I'm saying.
A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. We got Big Sean in the house.
Yes.
And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. This is just our opportunity to be leaders in our own community and speak up on some subjects that might be a little difficult for the world to talk about.
What?
And we are now entering going toward our 6th year of this show, and we have covered so many dynamic subjects. I mean, it's just the dialogue has just been truly inspiring over the last 5.5 years, and we got another one lined up for you tonight.
You guess.
It goes like this: what is the major red flag in a partner that shows they're not good for your mental health?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them kind of shows.
Ooh.
Look at y'all.
Ooh.
What?
Sound like a school. Hey, I'm
Yeah. So we're gonna get deep on the subject tonight,
Oh, yeah.
and we hope that you folks can grow. This is an opportunity to hear our stories, our opinions, and decide for yourself. You know, what is the right way, really, to look at people? What is the right way to judge people? What is the right kind of people to deal with? The kind of people that you can handle, or sometimes maybe you need somebody to push your buttons. But we're going to talk about that, and just want you to grow. And so we're so grateful that you are here with us tonight, and we of course always start the show off with a prayer.
Oh, yeah, give it to
And,
me, dog.
I got one lined up for us tonight. Tonight we're going to cover two subjects real lightly. One is self-control, and the other one is freedom. And so let's just take it to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we come into your presence just thanking you for all that you are and and all that you do in our lives. You keep us strong and healthy and happy and moving in the right direction. We're asking Heavenly Father tonight that you would give us a greater sense of self-control, a spiritual awareness of self-control. Allow us, Father, to know ourselves, to really understand who we are, and to be able to take constructive criticism and grow from it. We're asking, Father, that you would allow us to express more patience in this life. Give us an emotion that is in harmony, regardless of the circumstance on the outside. Allow us to take control, Lord. Take control of our mind. Take control of the situations. Take control of our thinking. We're asking for a self-reliance, that we don't need to lean on any person, place, or thing. We just lean on your presence and your power. We're asking, Heavenly Father, for inner confidence and a peaceful spirit. Give us, Father, the ability to overcome obstacles. Free us from the entanglements of life. Let our willpower be strong. Give us diverse movement. Allow us, Father, to escape the nonsense and BS of life. Show us the easy path where our oppressors have no ability to oppress us anymore. Show us financial freedom and give us an outspoken behavior, the willingness to stand boldly for what we believe in and to protect ourselves. Allow us, Father, many options, and we ask that you would push the pressure release valve in all of our lives. We ask that you would be here in this show, do your good and perfect work, and in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Man, that was meant for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take it to the house.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like that.
This crab mag just shut it down.
Yeah.
He just
Well,
shut it down.
it was nice you visiting. I can't go nowhere at this point in time.
Yeah.
I'm home. But hey, I'll tell you, he did. He shut it down with something that we all need to understand, that pressure relief. And he asked the perfect person, the person that made you, to
Right.
release it.
Right.
You looking for man to do it, your woman to do it. And a lot of time you need to turn to God.
A lot of times.
God can do things that people can't.
Yes.
And it's still within you. And that's what's going to make it really marvelous for you, when you really understand the power that he's going to give you, because it's giving it directly to you.
Yes.
And you'll stop looking for others for something that you're looking for. You should be turning to him. You've been turning to other people for the longest, getting disappointed, and he's not to disappoint you, but you ain't been turning to him.
You ain't been turning to him.
You've been going to them.
Man, you better,
And then you
y'all
wonder.
better preach.
You need to
Okay,
wonder.
appreciate
Don't
it.
wonder. Just understand.
Yeah.
That's the pressure relief. And the key person that it is you. And the person that can release it is you, but he can do it for you.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you one way that I push the pressure release valve all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the world pushes back on you,
Yeah.
right? And so if you have the world pushing back on you, you are probably trying to push the world back,
Yeah.
right? You pushing on the world, but you're never going to get anywhere pushing on the world. You have to go upstairs
Mm-hmm.
and ask the Father to push the world back for you. So you're not doing it on your own power. You're asking the spiritual power to come, the heavenlies. You're asking for the angels to come down
Mm-hmm.
and to fight this fight with you and for you. That is your greatest opportunity to get through the situation that you're in. And so, again, don't let the world just push on you. When you feel pressure coming from the world, go say, hey, Father, I got some pressure right here. Can you relieve this? Can you relieve this? Can you show me how to deal with this? Can you teach my hands to fight and my arms to battle? Can you show me the way and the path? Can you tell me what to say and what not to say? Can you give me an understanding of, the right action, the right tactic, the right strategy, the right thought, the right belief, the right attitude? Put the right spirit in me, Lord, so that I can go ahead and handle this thing. And I promise you, when you go up above, all the power will be made for you to handle that business.
Man, I just felt like fanning you, man. I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
That's the way to.
You on fire.
Get it.
You
I
on
was
fire.
like, yeah, I didn't want you to overheat, man.
Yeah. Nah, but I go for hours.
I was like, all right, man. I was like, hey.
I go for hours. But we might-
She gonna be praying for
Oh,
pressure
right.
relief.
Yeah.
Go for hours. Lord,
That's what we
pressure.
need to get, boo. Just what I did there. Just go in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
And,
heard it here.
Yeah, y'all
Go
heard
for
it
hours.
right here. So, listen, we don't have a quote for it tonight. Anything on your mind tonight, Jay? What's going on, man?
Man, It's been many things on my mind. That's a lot of things I want to come up with. I'm working with Booby behind the scenes for some new things I want to do for the show.
Yes.
I know you've been working on Minecraft and everything else, but one of the things I like to tell somebody during the pandemic or whatever you want to call this, recession, whatever you want to call it, I mean, we're going through a rough time right now. But one of the things I got to tell you is really cutting loose a lot of dead weight. I have to go back to it because it's just like the analogy I gave you with the ship. So some of y'all ain't fishermen, some of y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but some of y'all carrying a lot of dead weight. And I like to say I want to look at the things that I'm doing, and then I look at the people that keep asking. And one of the reasons they keep asking is because they look at your giving as a weakness. And what I'm trying to understand, and the good Lord has been telling me for the longest, you can't just keep giving thinking somebody gonna receive it like you giving it. You ain't even explaining it. You giving it, and that's all they looking for. They just looking for a relief, but they ain't looking to change. I'm looking to make sure you're stronger. But I work better with my children than others, okay? Because when they call me, I always want to make sure you call them to check on me. Don't just call and ask something for me. I feel like that right there will get you more than what you want, because I'm going to tell you the secret because you're my children. Because I want you to always check on me. And since then, they don't even call that often. They don't ask me for nothing, but they do care about me. So I really think it went across. But my whole thing, when it comes to other people, don't just keep asking and you ain't contributing. And it could be a small contributor to me. You know, Father's Day is coming up. I get the most whack gifts ever. Okay?
Hey, give me the whackers.
You know, and it's a ties and everything out, and please to the world out there. Father's Day is on June 19th, so we celebrating a lot of different things. Don't come with no whack ass gifts. So any of y'all that ain't thinking about doing nothing special, I'm asking you, encouraging you to do something, because as much as y'all want to talk about me, there's been sacrificing since day one.
Yes.
And that sacrifice need to be acknowledged, regardless how much he might have hurt you and left you. You need to understand what he sacrificed.
Yes.
Because he can't never get that back while you over there talking your mess.
Yes.
Talking about you, your strongest boss.
Yes.
Understand, boss was handling shit before you ever became.
Tell.
Okay?
Yes.
And that's the same thing with your father. Your father was your boss. And again, I'm just kind of getting people back, because I really think right now, people are talking out the side of their neck. We need to stop that. That's why we're not coming together, and relationships is failing. Too much talk of nonsense compared to what we can do together. Now, I don't even care for a monogamy. I will be in a monogamous relationship eventually, but my whole thing is I don't want to push for something quickly when people are talking stupid to me. I would rather make sure things are set up correctly before I enter that, before I waste any time. And then somebody said, well, when is the right time? It's when I decide. That's the one decision a man has. Marriage is decided by a man. I decide who I'm going to marry. You need to show me what I'm investing in. If you investing in mouth with no work, you ain't roof, and I damn sure ain't going to be your beau ass. And I ain't going to whoop your ass, I ain't beat your ass, I'm going to be out your life. It's simple. It ain't hard. And my whole thing is understanding what we're doing. We're pushing away, not pushing together. It's sad because TV and everything else is pushing that direction. I want to push us back together. This relationship show is all about relationships and getting healed. That's what I love about the mental health portion of it that Craft brings. Because all this talking ain't changing. But he got segments where you can go back and listen to things that can heal you. That's the most important thing. It wasn't just the talk. It is to heal. We have been wounded by past and present. We don't know a relief. We don't know to go to him. But at least go to Craft, for he can start getting you to go to him, for you can understand, for you can make a practice. Practice gets you to change things. That's a purpose. You will find out your purpose when you start practicing better behavior. You learn from your environment. I'm not mad at no one. Because again, they talk outside their neck because that's their environment. Get around somebody that's a little bit higher up, they ain't gonna happen. I can't get you that exposure. You want it, but you ain't ready for it. Because you ain't controlling your mouth now. So control what you got, and then you'll be in front of somebody and they be like, you know, you're impressive. It ain't about your money, it's about your integrity. It's about what you can bring and your peace that he's looking for. Not that piece of ass that you show. I'm just saying, helping you out. You can show whatever you want. You can get anybody's attention however you want to get it. You just won't keep it. Just understand, I'm giving you something that can keep a man. not just a gravitate to a man, the extra stuff or the nakedness. I'm just saying substance is what he gonna end up seeing,
Yeah,
if you like it or not.
Substance is everything, absolutely everything. How you doing, Queen Anonymous?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
In the building.
Yeah.
All right. So, Big Sean, you got anything on your mind tonight? What kind of need in your spirit do you have? What are you looking for in life? What
Tell
are
us
you
about
trying
that
to
big
achieve?
cash cow you got on top of your head. Tell us about it.
Big cash cow. Well, once upon a time in Vegas. Can't talk about what happened in Vegas, dog.
I mean, why not? We snitch on this show. I don't know if you knew. We snitch up in here.
Oh, we snitch up in here?
Yes, all.
So you say, hey, is that where that bright light just came out from nowhere?
Yeah. No, that was poltergeist. Don't worry about that. That's Caroline. That's Caroline. I talked about her ass last week. Don't worry about Caroline. Go into the light. Talk. Tell us.
Man, hey, no, I ain't got nothing for you.
You ain't gonna say? You know, let's just keep going, because he trying to be
You
special.
don't need nothing?
Mm-mm.
You don't need nothing? You don't need no
I
help
bet you under
tonight?
pressure, he talk.
You said you got the beer at. You know where I'm going with this one?
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, man, what's that?
See, he can't help you. I wish I could, so snitch.
Alright.
Go ahead and tell him.
You don't need nothing? No help in your life?
You don't need nothing.
No woman?
I am good.
No job?
O-O-D.
No,
Mm.
no,
Yeah.
no party?
What?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'll take some stuff. Yeah, what you got for me, man?
I'm trying to figure out what you need, man.
Hey, you don't need no job? I'm like, yeah, I could use a job. Yeah.
All right, Sean ain't talking to us tonight.
Yeah, Sean being shy.
I could.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll warm his ass up before the show's over.
Well, I tell you what, we got one dynamic show lined up for you,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. The title of this show is "What is the red flag in a partner that shows they're not good for your mental health?"
Oh, now you want to talk. Lord have
And
mercy.
so we're gonna
Sean special.
we're gonna go ahead
What's in your glass?
we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, and you folks stay tuned. We're gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay. Right after this.
All right, welcome back with Bar Talk with
Welcome
Jay.
welcome back, and here we are,
Yes.
ready to go full throttle. And so here we go.
What we got?
What is the major red flag in a partner that shows they're not good for your mental health?
Jealousy. Jealousy hurts me in a lot of different ways, and I'm telling you, I don't know how to combat it. Because my whole thing is, I always thought we was going to be on a level playing field, because that's where honesty comes from. So if I'm giving you honesty, I'm not looking for jealousy. I'm looking for you to be understanding of me, and if you got any things with me, we're going to talk about it, we're going to work it out, keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy is looking at you and being envious and doing other things. You don't ever want to idolize or get mad at a person because of their swagger, their movements. You are to work with a person. Jealousy is one of the signs that there's going to be a lot of red flags immediately through the course of time. Because I like to say some of it goes back to trust. And it might have been before me. And my whole thing is that's not fair to me. If I'm not showing you anything that you need to be questioning me, don't tell me about somebody did something to you. Okay? At that point, you need to grow from that. You need to have healed from that before you even take the time to talk to me. Because now you can see me for me. Not me for what the hell you been through, how you ain't going to go through it again, and ain't nobody going to do this for you. Because all that talk, let me know you ain't you. Because you can't put me back through. What I've been through, the hell I've been through, you can tell me yours, and I'm going to be sitting there bobbing with you. Because mine is past me, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't got to talk down to anybody that gave me hell. What I got to talk? I'm past it.
Yeah. And listen, there are a lot of people who are hurt, and they use their story as their crutch.
Well,
And they're constantly telling their story to everybody, and they want you to, and you know,
And
it
I'm
just-
gonna
it
stay
just
my
don't
ass
work.
away from you.
Yeah.
Because again, when I keep hearing somebody talk about the same people over and over and over, it's a dead conversation I don't care to be in. Misery loves company, and I don't care to be with that company.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. I don't like jealousy. I never understood it.
Mm-hmm.
If I see somebody doing well, I don't have to be jealous of that person. I can look at that person and be like, man, that's a nice car. He's doing great things, and keep it moving.
So watch this.
Or just hate on them like any other girl, man.
Well, that's what
Like,
they
man,
do.
You know what? Man, oh,
I can
boy,
compliment and push it
man,
forward.
that stuff ain't really that hot.
No. I mean,
Messing with you,
and to me, hot is when you accomplish it. Success is when you make a plan and you achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got one, so you jealous of a person that do. It shows lack of you. Your jealousy is really your lack
it's a
of.
lack of confidence.
Yes,
Right.
because you lost yours because it didn't come.
You're showing
It wasn't handed,
a
but it's
low
not about
self-
handed.
You're showing low self-esteem when you are jealous.
Yeah, so I that's mine.
And you know, there are ways, you know, people can make you jealous, and things people can do that you probably should be jealous of. Da 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 da. You know, jealousy is, you know, can be a real, you know, a real thing. But
Hold
we're
on,
talking
hold
about
on.
we're talking about people who just
Hell
are
no,
kind
we're
of
going back to
haters.
that one. People that make you jealous. I got a complex about their ass too. Why would you want to make a person jealous?
You wouldn't want to, but that's what they do.
I'm
The
going
people who do that,
to talk to somebody
the
else to
people who
see
do
if that
that-
person get jealous.
No.
Those games.
the people who do that are flirters, but they don't know that they're hurting their significant others.
Yes, I
And-
think they
I
do.
don't understand.
Nah, they don't.
I think they flirting ass do.
I don't
Why
think they
would
know.
they?
I think they think they're getting
How
away
many
with
people
murder.
that are left they behind because of that same action, but you
Why?
keep doing it,
They-
thinking you can find somebody that can put up with your nonsense.
That don't make sense.
It doesn't, and that's what I'm pointing out because a lot of their behaviors don't, but they want to make it make sense. There's nothing wrong with flirting. That's why I do what I do. Then quit getting your ass in monogamous relationships. Get with dating. You can date and flirt, and you can do a whole lot of different things in dating. But when you start getting a monogamous relationship, I'm not looking for you to be on Instagram twerking and doing crazy things that I gotta find out about, and I'm gonna have a problem with you later because we supposed to be monogamous, but you're showing the world.
Right.
No
If-
twerking.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
listen,
That makes sense.
that's not jealousy. That's like, hey, I'm seeing that what's supposed to be mine is being flaunted to the world. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just jealous. No, I'm not jealous.
No.
I think it's disrespectful for you to
You
even
know.
do that, and you are supposed to be in a relationship
But
with
she
me.
playing you also
How my boys get to see your curves as much
Yeah,
as I
that's
do?
true, that's true.
because they on my Instagram. They on my
Okay.
Instagram. They follow me.
Yeah. So
Fake
if a,
celebrity.
so
Big
if a,
ass little-
Man,
let's answer the question here.
What's that?
If a person is jealous, how does that affect your mental health?
Because at that point, I'm trying to find ways to get them away from what I do not like. I already know that's not healthy for me. I don't feel like I need to combat you in a mental part that you ain't even willing to accept. If you don't accept that, I can't change it. And now I have to keep dealing with it. It's not fair to me.
Yeah, and let me see if I can break it down a little bit more, because I like where you're headed there. If a person is jealous, to some degree, they kind of always bringing up some bullshit. I mean, let's think about it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think you say it
You
ain't
know,
better.
we having a good
You know,
day.
sometimes a person ain't got to be jealous of you and another person. They might be jealous because you get to have more free time than they have in life.
Anything.
Or you got to go to the big seminar. You went on that trip, or you might know a different language, and they want to hate on you because you know a different language, right? But they're hating on you, and so if you got a person that's constantly going to be jabbing at you
Right.
with nonsense, that affects your mental health,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
definitely.
That means I can't be always cool and copacetic in this environment with you. I gotta always be mindful that you
Yeah.
might come up
Yeah.
and be antagonizing on some nonsense.
Put that armor on.
You know what I mean? So that is most certainly one thing that is a red flag. What's another red flag? You got a red flag for us, Sean? When you meet a woman, you start dating a woman.
Oh man,
what's a red flag?
Bruh, I got red flags. Hold up, let me get up and scoot up to the mic.
Thank you.
Okay, now first red flag, man. I want to see what kind of relationships you have with your parents. If you don't get along with your parents, your siblings, and the key players in your relationship, then that's a reflection of who you are
And what does that say? What does that say? Somebody who doesn't have a relationship with their parents or their brother or siblings. What does that say?
Man, that means that automatically you do not play well with others in the same box, bro. I'm like, it's
Because
like,
the people who took care of your ass,
it's
you
a
don't
little
even,
run sign and stuff. It's like ding, run and stuff. So you know, like you're about to say, even the mofos that took care of your ass.
you don't even love up on them. You might not call them, not like them no
Yeah.
more.
Funny
that's
acting.
definitely
That's what that.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I think it's a great one. It's one of the ones that I don't use always on the upfront because I won't know that till later. I
Yeah.
date people on the upfront, and I really don't care how your relationship is with your parent. I want to see how you relate to me first.
Yeah, because
And then later on, I am curious
Yeah.
to see how that goes because it does let me know how I might be looked at. Because again, when you don't have respect for them, you might not have respect for me later on, depending on what went on.
Yeah.
All
But
parents
sometimes
ain't
it
good
be
parents.
different
You
things.
get some circumstances
Yeah.
that you might be able to
That's
work
right.
with.
That's right.
But the bottom line, you got to know that person and again, get honest with that person to be able to realize that they're being truthful and not about their parents.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people lie about theirs because they're embarrassed.
yeah,
Yeah.
They're not
That's true.
nowhere near like them, so they have an animosity.
yeah.
So
You know,
it's
I wanted to bring up this red flag, and I'm
What's that?
gonna kind of take us through a little process here and
Oh,
understand
Lord.
it,
Where
right?
is-
We good.
Where's it at?
Narcissism.
Oh hell no! I gotta give me a beer.
Okay.
Nice.
There
Jay
are
gotta walk away.
there are people who are very, very introverted people. Introverted people like to ask more questions than they tell. They like to pull the information out of you rather than tell you something. And so they might know the answer, but rather than saying the answer, they'll ask you a question to help you get the answer. Right? They're introverted. That's how they operate. Extroverted people like to talk and tell and give the whole story, and they're
Right.
very talkative, etc. But an introverted person is introverted people are the most emotional people of all the behaviors. Okay, we're talking about narcissism.
Interesting.
Narcissism, introverted people asking a lot of questions, very sensitive. You got a sensitive person asking you a lot of questions. That can be a problem, right? Because they can be nosy, and we know there's a lot of people who be nosy, and when you don't let them in your business, they think they think you being hard, they think you being cold, they think you being shallow. You know what I mean?
You're right.
And so, you got to find a person who knows how to have a relationship, not just constantly digging in you, and digging for yours. Know how to talk, and let's have a camaraderie. Don't just be drilling me with questions and think we're having a conversation. Right? That's not good for my mental health. Because one day I'm going to walk in, it's going to be a situation, and I'm not really going to want to talk about it, but you're going to want to keep going on and on and on and on and on, and you're going to upset the environment more than it already is. Because you don't have a way to comfort me with words, you just want to ask me some questions and get on my last damn nerves. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
People who ask too many questions
Off.
is a red flag.
Now, I will tell you, I truly like what Kraft just said. I really do. But it kind of goes against me almost, but I was a narcissistic type of person. But really, I ask a lot of questions, but I don't ask questions about who you are. I'm trying to ask you questions to understand you. Like, no matter what kind of relationship I get myself in, I always need to start off with dating because I don't jump right into monogamy because my whole thing is I'm not understanding what all you're offering, and my whole thing is I ain't taking nothing off your plate, and you ain't taking nothing off mine.
Right.
So as I talk to you, I'm trying to better understand you. And as I talk to you, I'm trying to get into you, and I want to know more about you. Not how somebody treated you. I'm not caring about the person you was with last.
Yeah.
Another red flag to me is when you keep bringing their ass up.
That's right.
That's a red flag to me because you ain't
Yeah.
got past them. Because I'm asking you questions that ain't got
That's
nothing to do with
definitely a
them.
red flag.
I'm asking you the things that you don't like, and well, he did me like this. I didn't
what
ask you
you
about
talking
him. I asked you what don't you like. Because my point is it shouldn't be about him at this point. It's about you. What do you? For I can understand you. For I can address you. My whole thing is the better I know you, the better relationship I can have with you, even if it ends up being a friendship. It'll be a stronger one because I know how not to disrespect you because I know how you move. I will never know that without conversations and understanding of you from where you're at.
Yeah.
Everybody done changed. We went through things. Some people might have came from here. Now they're there. I want to meet you where you at and talk to you from where you at. For I can understand where it can be. It might just end up being just a friendship because you too far gone. Or it could just be a friendship because that's what we choose to do. The bottom line, we have an understanding through communication that wasn't driven by sex. It was driven by knowledge. I should be able to know that person regardless if we smashing or not. Know what you're dealing with. For you can respect what you're dealing with, and respectfully you can walk away. And at the end of the day, they shouldn't even say nothing about he all this here. He took the time to know. Because people don't take the time to know shit. It's so easy to smash and pass. And my whole thing is, in that, we're not helping. These people are mad because you didn't take the time to know them. But you gave it up so quickly. Really? Well, what else am I to do? I tried the 90-day rule. Well, that's your fault. You shouldn't apply what you don't believe. Do what's real. I'm not going to tell you how long it takes to sleep with somebody. If I can make you do it within 2 or 3, then we grown. We going to do it within 2 or 3. But it's 2 or 3 that I communicated with you and I know you, and that 2 or 3 will make that 90 disappear so quickly. I'm telling you, ain't no need of waiting on what's great. I'm just saying. I understand it when you know it. But when you don't know what you're doing, wait to realize you might not want to do. That's all I'm saying.
Is it a red flag for a woman not to give you something, Jay?
It's not a red flag to me to feel like she don't, because on up front I want to have some integrity and understand she love her body. But just understand I have ways to break any kind of walls down. If you take the time to talk to me, I will take time to find out how I can.
Okay, let me ask this question again.
However you want to ask it, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to get it.
If a woman don't give you none, is that a red flag?
No, it's not. It's not a red flag to me at all. Because
Okay.
my whole thing is respectfully.
It's
Yeah,
not no red
and respectfully,
flag.
I like the fact that they don't on up front. I like the
On
fact that they
upfront.
play a little hard ball, and then they open up and tell me why. And then I ask them one key thing: did I treat you anything like that or any way? First, no. Okay, so your wall is built off of somebody else, and you treat me like that, and I never showed that to you. So right now, the only thing I can say is we're not playing fair.
Hey, but that's not the narrative right now.
I understand the narrative, but understand the sandbox.
Yeah.
You get my sandbox.
Yeah, I was feeling so sorry for that chick.
Yeah, I was too.
Dang,
I felt sorry for her afterwards.
I mean, listen.
When she left, I was like, dang. I said they ain't did that. That was wrong. That was wrong.
Right.
But
So
we grown.
you fire a woman who don't give you none?
Mm.
No?
Fire for what? I'm firing her because the fact that she feel like I'm not worthy. My whole thing, she don't need to fire me. I need to cuss.
Because, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You
No,
went off in the corner for a few minutes.
no,
there.
you listen.
Go ahead.
She said fire her. Why
We're
would I-
talking about this woman is feel like you're not worthy.
No. If she said she's not sleeping with me, like not
Right,
worthy.
that's it.
My whole thing is no.
It
On
doesn't mean
the,
you're not
the
worthy.
first, it sure don't. And I'm gonna show her and prove to her that that's not true.
Okay.
She's gonna assume that because of other people she might have dated.
Right.
I'm tired of being in that boat. Don't put me in a bucket that I don't fit.
Uh-huh.
So when she do that, I'm gonna show. That's why I don't gotta fire her or get rid of her. No, because you putting me somewhere I don't fit. I need to let her see me, and then that way she gonna crawl out that bucket. She can stay ass in it. That's up to her.
Let me ask
But
you
one
a
thing
question.
I'm not is whatever hell she perceives just because of this show or what I do.
You got
I'm a
patience?
badass man regardless. That's
Does
all I'm
she-
telling you.
Damn.
Does she gain respect
Yeah, yeah.
over time for you for not
Yeah,
giving
that's
sex,
what
or
I'm
does
asking.
she
Do they
lose
have
respect?
No, I'm gonna tell you, it don't even make a difference. People that did it up front or later, it doesn't matter because I don't change. I already know me. I'm moving in my direction. I have my purpose. So it don't matter if you wait 90 days, 60 days, or 2 days. It ain't changing my purpose. Whatever the hell you do, ain't got nothing gonna change here. Whatever your cookies you got, this Cookie Monster here don't thrive on sweets. Okay? But I will pound my meat. I'm just saying, I have fun, but I'm real.
man.
I'm just saying.
We don't want to hear about your meat.
Wait, what up?
Why not?
I'm just saying.
Shut up, man. Don't go here, man.
Whatever.
All right,
That's right.
listen, it's time for us to take our next break. Hope you folks are enjoying the show. We're gonna be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Right after this.
Sir.
And welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
One of the things I
Welcome
gotta tell y'all before we even get started, I love that segment. He said, ask for help. Please know the people that's around you that you can ask for help. A lot of times as men, we don't never want to ask for anything. We always feel like we want to do, but there's other people that's willing to do things for you. So if you know your surroundings, you understand who to go to. One of the things I can tell you is being a manager and being in different positions, you got to earn people's trust. And once you get that, they'll come to you and they'll start telling you the things they need help with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, men don't want to go to another man and be like, yo, I don't want to look weak. I don't want to. But my whole thing is when I'm in a higher position, I can't help you achieve what you want if I don't know what your weakness is all the time.
Sure.
I can see what some of them are, but that's just a prejudgment of things that I see that you don't prepare for and things that you don't do off of my own experience. But my whole thing is you might prepare differently that I don't know, but when you tell me your weakness, I'm starting to add things together and we can come up with a plan. That's a great coach understanding a great plan to get people to be successful. Don't ever think you can do this shit by yourself.
You can't do it
That's
by
the
yourself.
biggest
You
problem
cannot.
of today.
No.
Quit doing that and
Because-
start realizing people need help. You need help,
Everybody.
and you work together, and you'll formalize a team, and you'll be
Yeah.
successful. And then all y'all won't be begging on each other, working on each other. Y'all both be helping each other. It's
Yeah.
That's
a
true.
mental thing that I like to
Yeah,
do.
and the biggest reason to ask for help is you're asking for expertise. You're asking someone who's been there and done that. You're asking someone who already knows how to push the next 3 buttons toward your vision or toward your goals, right?
That's a nugget.
Intelligence is what we're all after, and you can't get intelligence. You can get intelligence. Listen, you can go and read 50,000 books or 20 books or 100 books on the subject, and you can learn. And when you apply it, you're gonna make some mistakes. But you can ask that one person, and they'll save you 10 years of mistakes. They'll say, absolutely, do not do this.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to do this. And they just saved you years of fault, years of trouble, years of mistakes, years of being broke, years of pain. All right? Use expertise in the world. And,
That's true.
and
dropping knowledge.
you know, I'll even bring that full circle with our subject for tonight,
Okay.
because when we start picking our significant others,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to experience some red flags. When we start dating, when we start talking to partners, there's probably somebody who you might can confide in to say, hey, Mom, what you think about this? Hey, sis, what you think about this? Now, it ain't like, you know, you're going to put all your business in the street. You certainly don't want to tell them nothing that's going to be like, hell no, leave him alone. I better not ever see you with him again.
Yeah.
Right? But you may say, hey, well, you know what? You know, she didn't really get an education, you know, but she's fired up. She'll go get us, you know, she make things happen, but
Nope.
you know, she got bad
Don't do it.
credit, you know, she got
Don't
bad
do it.
credit, you know. I don't know what you think. You know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The best relationships that I've been in is ones that the girl's intelligent, she love to read, and she don't watch social media. Them are the ones that work out best for me, because when I deal with them, they looking at things from another point of view, and they're not looking at it from what they seen from TV. And when they listen to me because they're used to just reading. So when they hear me, they actually hear me. So when we talk, it's more of a debate, not an argument. But when I watch somebody that's watching all the goofiness that goes on in the world, the TV shows that's giving you the ratchetness, they give it right back to me. So now when I'm talking regular, I'm getting responses back that's really foul and ratchet, and it's like, but this is what I'm used to, and this is what I hear. And my whole thing is that ain't what I'm asking for, and that's not what I'm showing.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna
So
tell
they
you
don't
what,
match my energy.
a good debate will open many doors.
Mm.
A good debate
Yeah,
will
for
open
sure.
many doors. You will learn who a person really is
Yeah, man.
if you get a good debate.
Oh man.
Pots
Right?
and start flying.
Listen,
Listen,
be like
I'm gonna tell y'all a small story.
Oh, he
right?
coming out now.
I'm gonna tell you a small story. Right?
Come on, he coming out.
So when I went to go see my kids a few months ago, right?
Right.
So on the flight back, this is the second trip. On the flight back, I'm just handling my business, getting ready to go on the plane, you know. And
All right.
there's a woman standing in front of me. She's beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful, Jay. You know.
You give her my
And so
number.
I'm looking at her right, and I'm checking for her right. And so we get on the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and turns out she's sitting right next to me.
How lucky.
Right? And so I'm looking at her skin, she all beautiful, you know what I mean? And when we start talking, and the next thing you know, we start talking, And she started telling me about her ex-husband, and I started telling her about my ex-wife, and we talked about our kids, and you know, we started talking about the Bible and the Lord, and you know, and next
Y'all
thing,
had service.
listen, about 2.5, 3 hours later, we still going at it.
Right.
But what I'm dealing with is a woman who's trying to fight me on this subject and be right, and she don't give a shit how loud she gotta get. She don't care. You know what I mean? She you know, she got her face all frowned up.
Oh my goodness.
And you wanted to get with it.
Oh no, by this time I was
Yeah, you done.
Yeah, by this time I was done.
Really?
So after a few minutes, she started getting a little attitude, and she wanted to put on earphones and not look at me and not talk to me anymore. And I was like, wow. I said, it's almost like we done had a 15-year marriage in this 3-hour flight.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
And what happened? You get off the plane, go your own damn way.
Yeah.
Listen,
And you wonder what happened with
listen, she was so mad about the conversation. You know me, I love debate, right? But she ain't one of those people who can debate. She got to
win.
when she got to win. And by the end of it, so I'm just smiling, just watching her, right? And I think finally at the end, she really caught a glimpse of who I was, because I was kind of covered up with the blanket, and you know, when I undress, I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm balling out of control. And I think she tried to say something to me after that, but I was like, I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm done.
So, long and story short is a good debate will open somebody up, so you can see who they are. You know,
Really
are they
true.
the kind of person that will interrupt you in the conversation? Are they the kind of person don't believe you? Are they the kind of person don't want to hear your ideas? Are they selfish?
Wow.
Are they,
Yeah.
you know, are they loud mouth? Are they, you know, are they critical of you? Do they turn the whole conversation around and start being critical of you?
No.
You get to see that, and that's good. That's
And you
good stuff.
had that because of a flight.
Right.
Most people don't even take that time.
We had listen, it was the Lord. He forced me together for 3 hours so I could not spend the next 6 months trying to figure all that out.
What he did, he
Right.
put you in a position where you could talk about it on the show in the future, because you seen it, it was beauty.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
She's a nice, attractive person. I get that. You sat next to her, and now you had the opportunity to spend 4-hour window to communicate. And the communication went so left of
sometimes
center
4 hours.
that you won't even spend no more time. Have you talked to her since then?
Hey, listen, I didn't even get her number.
There you go.
I didn't even want the number
Now,
by the end of
and
the
you
conversation.
wonder why I'm patient. Because patience is a virtue
Exactly.
that most people
Sometimes
keep
they
skipping.
reverse a 4
Because if you
hours.
take the time to really learn a person, instead of getting into a person, you will find out it might not be worth that person.
You know, that
That's
should
all I'm
be,
saying.
you should have a force-fed 3-hour date.
Yep.
Right?
That's why I
And
said
you
it don't
should,
take long.
and you don't need to
What
just
you
watch
doing,
the
man?
movie and look at the crowd.
No, I'm
you
gonna
need
tell you
to
right
talk
now.
to each
If
other.
you go on
Talk.
a first date,
I'm telling
number
you.
one thing,
You'll
don't ever
find
take
out.
your ass. How you gonna learn somebody sitting in the movies? Not at least as a person you
You're
already
not.
know that you just want to
You're
cuddle
not.
with. I'm just being honest.
No.
First date should never be in a movie. It should be in a more of a quiet setting, more of a lounge. You might want to have some food. I can understand you want to eat. But my whole thing is
talk,
get
right?
away from everybody. Don't go in a crowded situation where y'all can have a
You
dialogue
shut up your mouth
that's
and
not
fight.
over everybody else and makes it a competition.
Yes.
It should be about you and her against the world. And if she don't see that, she for the streets. She for the streets, because if she want to be with you and you want to be with her, y'all gonna be in an environment where y'all gonna entertain each other.
Yeah.
And it ain't about nobody else. And then you can see where it go. But if you want to be in front of everybody, and if you on a date, I'm give some thing, and she out there taking pictures of everything, you need to go ahead and get the tag. Get the hell off. She ain't about you.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be worried about the picture of the plate. I'm paying for this shit. What are you over here? Them give me your food. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you. That's the last day. We ain't doing this no more. Talking about what I pay next time. No, because you probably pay for steak and shake. Hell no, they going out of business now because of your ass. I'm not doing that. I'm paying for something nice because that's what I do. It's not just to impress you. I eat good, period. I want to see what kind of level you're on, what you can afford. If you can't afford that, whatever you can, I can go down, I can go up. But what I'm not going to do is just have you take a picture, show everybody else of what I just paid for.
Right.
Don't do me. I can do that my damn
I
self.
don't
Don't
have
do
those
me.
pages.
Enjoy our conversation. And let's debate. Let's have an understanding. And if it's nothing more than friends, It was a meal. I don't
You
know
got
hard.
some, you got red
Yeah.
flags. You got
I'm
red
happy.
flags in guys
You get
too.
that.
You know.
Yeah.
You got red flags in men too.
Oh yeah, listen.
And
And
I ain't gonna tell you.
Okay,
just
tell
name,
us. Hold
name
on.
some
I
red
gonna-
flags. Name
I'm
some
gonna
red flags.
tell you
What you got?
one
Go ahead.
big red flag.
Yes.
in
Okay.
mine.
Yes,
What's that?
tell us.
The red flag in mine. They say you can call me and you call them. And then they go it for a week. They call. They pick up every time you call because they anxious to hear from you. After you call so much, and then y'all talking, y'all get to see each other and whatever. But then after a while, they might be like, "Why you calling me so much, man? When you call up my phone like so? You call and you ain't calling. You calling like you didn't call before. But then all of a sudden, no, the calls
Now
are
all of a
too
sudden you
much.
calling too much.
Yeah.
But listen, there was
It's a
a
red flag because that man dealing with something else outside there.
that is a red flag.
Yeah.
But
The
listen,
red flag. Man.
the red flag probably
She
came
is the
before that
orange
moment,
ones.
right?
Yeah.
Because there was something that automatically started dwindling, and you could see it dwindling, but you didn't recognize it was dwindling until he made the statement. Why are you calling me so much? Don't you know I didn't call you the last 2 days? Don't you know I didn't call
No,
you back
no,
yesterday?
not like that. It's not like that kind. I'm talking like you calling like okay, like
You-
the regular. You ain't calling so much like that. You calling the regular time like you've been calling this. Like
Yeah.
maybe you call him one time a day yesterday, and he call you back 2 times that day. It's the same routine. But then all of a sudden it become like more than what it was. But it's the same thing you started out with. That's a red
Okay,
flag.
that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
I would agree with that.
Okay, what's another red flag? You got one, boo? You had one Sunday? Listen, here's some red flags. I'm just gonna throw something
Red
at
flag.
you.
I gotta ask
Alright.
Paul. Give it to me.
We don't even need just red flag. They
Let me
just
see
red
it,
flag.
right?
Okay, well, give him red flags.
Ugly.
There ain't no damn red flags.
Hey,
That is not a red
my
flag.
boy.
That's a foul on the damn field.
My boy is not playing.
We know
right
the normal
now.
red flags.
Like what?
Ain't got no job.
You ain't got no
Yeah,
job.
they really
Ain't got no
quiet
job.
here.
Hold on.
Ain't working.
Okay.
Ain't you know what I'm saying?
There you go. My whole thing. Hold on.
We
I
Wait a
want to
minute,
debate. I
let's
want to
see.
debate. Keep it on.
we just gotta get through a bunch of. Go ahead.
Oh, debate.
I want to debate
Oh,
because
go
the reason I want to
Wait,
debate
you
real
got
quick
one red flag?
is when you say no job. I wonder if you just walked out of one just fired you. I want to know your intent of what it is because again, I purposely played with people because I went between jobs. Now, I always had a job, but I was in between a waste management and advancing one time, and I was in between.
your red
I told people
Yeah,
I wasn't working. I wanted to see how people was going to respond to me, and I said, man, I ain't got no job. You know, I with one company for 20-something years. and I'm trying to get over to the other.
You got a 750 in the garage. You got
But
a
hold on,
five-bedroom
I ain't tell him all
house.
that. I just told him I had no job. You don't tell him all that. I ain't tell him I had no house or nothing. I wanted to see how they was gonna respond to me.
I would simply
Well,
ask,
that's not a
do
red
you-
flag. Red.
Do you
flag.
work regularly?
No, I don't. I
Do
was.
you work on a regular?
I did.
That can be a red
At that
flag.
time, I
Red
was.
flag. Red flag in a lot of
Give me
world.
another red
But I
flag.
do like what
Come with
Kraft.
it, Kraft.
I like what Kraft is saying because again, I was just showing the narrative that I was in the midst of in the middle to see how people would treat me.
What's another red flag? Eh?
I don't know. Y'all in a relationship as much as I am.
You are, but you said you had a list, huh?
Well, yeah,
I
it goes
don't
some. It
know.
goes some for me. You know, too much mouth.
Oh Lord, hell yes.
People who kind of always asking for a handout, or they don't want to help, they don't want to support, the dating program. They kind of always want to be at your space, always want to be at your
Yeah,
house,
that's a red
always
flag,
trying to
that's
figure out
red
what
flag.
you're doing. You grinding and you moving hard,
I'll
and
take everything yours.
and they ain't got much going on, so they be lounging a lot. That's a red flag for me.
Let me
You
come
lounging
on,
too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Now, all of them are great red
And
flags.
listen, for some people, red flags is, when they find out maybe your credit ain't that good. Sometimes the red flag is when you've been married and divorced 3 times.
Oh.
Sometimes the red flags is when you already got kids. You got young kids. That's a red flag for some men. You know what I mean? And even for some women, you got kids. You obviously
Like Sarah
being
Brown.
married is a red flag. Right? If they married or in a relationship,
That is very much
that's
so.
very
Hey,
much
you
so a
gotta,
red
you
flag.
gotta ask now. You
Right?
I really don't talk to married women.
Yeah, and then there's those interpersonal things. Maybe you notice that they just they don't have they're not tight. You're not classy clean. You know what I'm saying? They
No,
kind of
they-
raggedy. You
You
know.
got a nasty house.
Yeah, maybe you can see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
If you ain't been to the house perhaps yet, but you
Oh,
can
I've been
see
there.
You know the ends always bad for the last 6 weeks.
He said the ends. She ain't let him down. She ain't jail.
What they stick
This nigga passed the jail. Looking like alfalfa. Oh god.
I'm not gonna just talk about people. I'm just saying.
yeah,
this,
you know,
this is the image I got.
people who are negative can be a red flag. You know, there's some people who just
Negative is
Definitely.
serious.
you know, that's just kind of who
You're
they
not
are.
gonna
That's the
make
world
it far.
they live in. They don't really know how to think differently. You know, for me, anybody who comes in my world has got to be attempting to go somewhere.
Yeah, please.
It can be
Yeah.
completely. It can be opposite.
I mean, it
but
might not
you would think
be
so.
right the way, but
Gotta go
I
somewhere.
mean, trying to go somewhere,
come
trying
home
to
and
move.
come home and share your story with me, and
Put
I
a
can
show
share,
on
in
your
motion.
I share my story.
Let me
with
help you with a red flag. If you have a situation when you have a red flag, I always like to say I'm gonna put an immediate timeline on what I'm gonna deal with something, and that's just
Oh
period.
yeah, that's good.
And because I had to work with people, okay, so I'm gonna give it past the relationship, even in work. I see red flags in your behavior and things that you gotta do. I'm gonna get a time frame of how long that's gonna be before I remove you.
Okay.
Just being honest, okay. My whole thing is, I have to give you time to adjust. Once I give you your behavior issues that's causing a disruption within the company,
That's true.
I have to give you time to adjust. And it's the same thing in a relationship. Once I start pointing out some things to you, I'm gonna give you time to adjust. And that's the time period. Once that time period is hit, then I'm already going to execute an exit move. I'm just sorry. And a lot of people say that's cold-hearted. Let's just be real. We waste a lot of time on things that don't make no damn sense. You know this person is not going to achieve a goal. And you're going to keep it and you have a goal. That's let me know mind-driven compared to just being a people person. I'm not going to just be a people person to a person that ain't playing fair and making my team lack because of the disruption of what they keep doing. I'm not going to do that. That's not what's going to keep happening in a business, and it ain't going to keep happening in a relationship. You keep talking out, you keep disrespecting me, I give you a time frame understanding. You know what you just did was kind of rude, don't do this, but you're going to keep doing it. I'm going to give you a small window.
Jay, I heard a sermon. I watched a sermon with T.D. Jakes last night. It's almost time for us to go. And T.D. Jakes was talking about how he said, things that's not for you, you can't have in your life. It'll disrupt your life.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I knew when I was looking for my wife, he said, I knew I couldn't have a mouthy woman. He said, because I know you ain't gonna run up on me. You ain't gonna run up on me, popping off at the gums, talking about what you do, and I'm taking care of you. No, that's not gonna. I might forget.
Yeah.
I might forget. And here's a
Take the
pastor
mouthy one.
of pastors on stage talking about, I got to keep them red flags away from me.
Don't take the mouthy woman.
Right? The mouthy woman in his world is like, hey, something he can't deal with. Right? And that happens, and you might not be able to deal with a mouthy man, or a smart aleck person, or a person who ain't got nothing ever to say.
Won't
You
say
know?
bad words to you over
Yeah.
a small thing.
So, listen, unfortunately, we are out of time.
Oh no, man.
And it is time for us to close our show.
Man, I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is what it is.
No, I know. Listen, I hear the pain in your voice.
Not enough
boy.
time.
It
It
is. Because I was really enjoying this, because I really thought we had some key points that we
Yeah,
really
yeah.
wanted to get out.
Listen.
But again, that's what we're going to make you tune back in.
There you go.
Exactly.
This has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes.
My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. We got Sean in the house.
Queen
Anonymous. And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We are truly
thank
grateful
you.
for your time and your participation. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook
yes.
Live,
Yes.
on
Yes,
every major
indeed.
platform in the marketplace.
Everyone.
Just look, if you just type in Bar Talk with Jay, and you can find us on all your favorite
Every
platforms.
platform.
Every
Please
platform.
like, share, subscribe,
Please.
subscribe, and
Tell a
tell all
friend.
your friends, tell all your family,
Yeah.
and continue to come back and join us for some of this great wisdom. With that, folks, we love you, we appreciate you,
And we are out.